Objects of you in water. Spoon. The river has changed its name. Though the two banks sit eyeing each other, the row of blank totem stones reflected back and forth in the vanishing that joins them. Incident number 1. A drawing of a spoon floated by before snagging on an overhanging root of willow exposed by the land's deathward leap. Always your face in the sky, etched by iterant leaves, and that wistful passion of just seeing you in the ordinary blaze of things. One more step along a journey home. Chandelier drop. We don't talk of crystal balls anymore, but in one is where I imagined you. Why are words so cute you hang them in your room for hours? Why are flies more austere than monoliths? Why do you enter my mouth like a wasp to set fake aphorisms buzzing? Who twisted us around so we can never move in the one story? Our history's all wrong and set us both down, maimed and beautiful. Exactly, right? Saucepan. Sometimes I see you held inside a cradle song, but then you are already cradling a saucepan or setting off across muddy streets, your hiking boots filled with purpose. Or is it you at the door with a new smile, your hands filled with coriander root, a recipe? You left your old life aboard a boat on a river of domesticity. What an odd thing to break my heart. Such erotic bravery. Bowl and ice. Later, from distraction, your thumb with its small cushion of flesh untipped by the serrated knife, immersed in a bowl of ice, and you laughed, drinking wine, above the sea turning to blood as I continue to cut. In the tree beyond the kitchen window, the shadow of its small inhabitant, soundless and drawing us into the dark. Bridge. It's a technical term, though no less poetic for that. Not these words, but the one not here. The bird that flew from the post in the direction of its older suitor, the earth. Incident 2 or 3 is forgotten. Number 4 has to do with you looking away, towards what I thought was a bird on a railway bridge, but I watched all day and it didn't fly. You shook compassion into the sky from a cloth you held between your freezing fingers. For you, the small figure of the eagle disappeared through the metal arch as the train passed beneath it, solid and holy, before the 7 branched tracks. Which way will we go today? Portable roadway. All that the sea can mean, the place we are going to. What use there is fire. The sunlight was all inside us, all our food gone on offerings the gods never eat. The sky was closed down, so you brought the road with you. The one line from your mouth to the horizon, coming apart. Distance, stinging your tongue with words unrecallable as days, tomorrow and yesterday, opening their lips to the teeth, imitating your literal cry. Water jug. I sat on the veranda where the sky was drifting in. The lines of small white flocks, the dead coming back the way they had always threatened to. The large water jug, at least 100 years old, becomes part of my hand, raised over the roof where the poor live, passionless, intent on my own mouth. Momentarily, I am the watcher in a lighthouse. There is the ship, surrounded by the birds of the dead. It is full of reports, of cups for this falling water. Ceiling for balcony. Incident number 6. Pulled the balcony ceiling down and forced all the juveniles to fly or fall. Today the sky is in my blood. Were you already married to that galaxy when we met? You moved so fast I couldn't tell. Lips. I was frightened when I first saw you changing your face, unraveling into pain that was also anger and also all emotion shutting down. Like the pigeons you murdered, bits of other lives fluttered, screaming, stuck onto your face. It was like making love, but in reverse, your eyes dilated with otherness, your lips that didn't move. You know, none of us are here. Ladle. Coffee and curry steam in the same kitchen, their Hindu-Hispanic fragrance staining the dull air, a night garden where the trees split themselves open. It's always serious, the town you grew up in. Those who are taken away, those who stay as if the present was a longer place than anywhere else. Myself, the self that relinquishes all at night to the night. I never left this city. Slightly travelling nowhere. To the world and then on great wings to the brief land of autobiography. It has as little room to roam as in love. Everyone there is pressed unbearably against themselves, and when they try to build other ships, the world sinks from the weight of their tools. It was when I bent to retrieve my hammer that I first saw your face, your hand with a ladle of different glass. Unnamed object. The 9th incident came after several undiscussable because our love-making we kept quite private. It was short and sharp. You said, "I am never going to feel your pain." Seabird, eaten by ants. Who knows when these scattered feathers adjourned from the sky? The carcass of a white seabird offers sand that will be hard-won to the loose waves of low tide. An ant, I remember, tickles the flesh of your hand. Between its jaws, a whole other world crashes through the lit universe. Needle. I unstitch words from your arm. Your eyes smolder with fire and hurt. The leaves have coloured your eyes with the day I was trying to find. The wind in my garden and the soft start of rain make me think of you. If you come back into the world, I will let go of my pain. Umbilical cord. The least of you goes on, holding tight to the world, circling like the long arm of a monster trapped in the pool. Longing has no part in these assessments. 3 years since our breaking, the ice preserves a strange nudity of lost flesh, some sharp butchering instinct that walks away and still carries the listless name of Earth. Marker boys. Simply a pen scratching on a page, or rats feeding in a disused warehouse. My journey to you, from this long night of the illuminated kitchen, drifting out to sea in the darkness of space. When I lost that sense of you speaking from inside me, I felt I had swum a first mile out into the strong black current that cuts below each shoreline. Urn. Where is the 13th ocean? This unlucky number is mine. I count it with memories, dumbness, your hands that I see in every one of life's images, a boy rubbing his head into the back of a man's neck, so many different jasmines, wildful, pretending delicacy for the swallows, the ashes. The urn falls through the floor at midday. Whom you all love is fortune, is love. Drifting, assorted. The mariner moored against the grey ache of summer, this slow lapping where all the sky banks up. Objects of you in water. The ankle or the eye, the shoelace or the boating pole, the cup and saucer, and the soap rinsed off your hands in a sink of darkness where the moon sifts the rice. All held in a transparent world where I could name you and bless our vanishing. Sketching pad. The river wound its way back from the future to its own mouth. Still the stones lay, still they erected themselves in silence. You drew me in the forest once, my face in the leaves as if it could fall away from everything just as easily. In the scratched lines of your pencil, I was to be the wound opened in remembrance. All incidents shed in words.